Magnesium is often praised as a miracle mineral, especially for seniors. It supports over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including nerve transmission, muscle contraction, heart rhythm, and bone development. It also plays a central role in energy production and glucose regulation. As we age, magnesium becomes even more essential because the body's ability to absorb and retain it tends to decline. But here's the critical point that often goes unspoken. Taking magnesium daily without understanding your specific needs or underlying conditions could potentially do more harm than good. This is not about scaring you, it's about empowering you with information that helps you make better decisions about your health. One of the most overlooked issues is the interaction between magnesium supplements and commonly prescribed medications. Diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, blood pressure medications, and certain antibiotics can either deplete or dangerously increase magnesium levels in the body. For instance, thiazide diuretics used to treat hypertension and edema can cause the body to lose too much magnesium. On the flip side, medications that impair kidney function can lead to magnesium retention. The result? You may find yourself supplementing with magnesium, thinking it's helpful, when in fact it's interfering with the effectiveness or safety of your prescribed treatments. This interplay between nutrients and medications isn't minor. It can significantly impact your overall health. And unless a trained medical professional has evaluated your blood work, assessed your organ function, and understood your medication profile, supplementing every day could be an uninformed gamble. Another layer to this conversation is how magnesium is marketed. Many over-the-counter supplements are designed with a one-size-fits-all mentality, but what works for a 35-year-old athlete with high physical activity and a clean bill of health may not work for a 70-year-old dealing with hypertension, mild kidney insufficiency, or diabetes. The dosage, frequency, and form of magnesium, magnesium citrate, oxide, glycinate, or others must be chosen with precision, not guesswork. And that's where professional guidance comes into play. A simple blood test can tell you your serum magnesium level, but that alone may not reveal magnesium deficiencies inside the cells where it matters most. A deeper understanding often requires more comprehensive assessments. The ideal strategy is to prioritize magnesium from whole food sources. Dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, whole grains, and even avocado contain natural magnesium, which your body is far better equipped to handle and regulate. Unlike synthetic supplements, food-based magnesium comes along with fiber, phytonutrients, and other synergistic compounds that work together to improve absorption and reduce side effects. Supplements should serve as a backup, not a baseline. They are best used under specific conditions, verified deficiencies, muscle cramps, migraines, or poor sleep, when guided by clinical data, not trends or general advice. So before making magnesium part of your daily ritual, take a step back. Ask, have I had my levels checked? Do I have any conditions that affect magnesium balance? Am I on medications that might interact with it? Health in your senior years is about precision and personalization, not generalization. Be curious, be informed, and most of all, be cautious. Magnesium is powerful, but only when used wisely. Magnesium plays a vital role in the health and function of nearly every organ in the human body. It's responsible for regulating nerve and muscle function, keeping blood sugar levels stable, maintaining normal blood pressure, and supporting bone integrity. For seniors who are often navigating multiple health challenges at once, ensuring adequate magnesium intake can help support healthy aging. However, what's often left out of the conversation is the complexity of magnesium metabolism in older adults. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at filtering waste and excess nutrients, including minerals like magnesium. This means that what might be a safe dose for a younger adult could potentially accumulate in the bloodstream of a senior, causing toxicity. It's easy to assume that because magnesium is natural, it's inherently safe. But natural doesn't always mean harmless. Taking magnesium every day without understanding the body's specific needs and limitations is a gamble, especially if done without blood work, symptom tracking, or medical supervision. Another factor that adds to the complexity is that magnesium is not a standalone nutrient. It interacts with other electrolytes like calcium, potassium, and sodium, and plays a part in how your body responds to these minerals. If one is out of balance, it can throw the entire system into disarray. For instance, taking magnesium can sometimes reduce calcium absorption or amplify the effects of potassium in the bloodstream. This is crucial to understand, especially for seniors with heart conditions or those on medications like beta slunkers, diuretics, or blood thinners. These drugs often alter mineral balance, and adding magnesium into the mix can create unintended consequences. If magnesium becomes too elevated, it can cause symptoms that mimic or worsen chronic conditions: fatigue, muscle weakness, nausea, low blood pressure, and even confusion. These effects can be mistakenly attributed to aging or unrelated health issues, making it harder to pinpoint the real cause. In many cases, seniors turn to magnesium for specific benefits: relief from muscle cramps, improved sleep, constipation relief, or bone health. While magnesium can help with these issues, daily supplementation isn't always the answer. Muscle cramps, for example, could be a result of dehydration, medication side effects, or even calcium or potassium imbalances. Likewise, difficulty sleeping might stem from poor sleep hygiene, stress, or underlying health issues rather than a true magnesium deficiency. The risk in assuming magnesium is the magic fix is that we can overlook deeper or more accurate causes. This approach treats the symptom, not the system. Instead of a one-size-fits-all regimen, the best path forward involves personalized care. Before you begin or continue a magnesium supplement, ask your healthcare provider for a serum magnesium test. And more importantly, look at the broader picture: your kidney function, current medications, hydration status, and dietary intake. Even your digestive health matters. People with gastrointestinal disorders like IBS or chronic diarrhea are more likely to lose magnesium and may need more frequent monitoring. On the other hand, those with slow motility or chronic constipation may absorb more than they should, which can lead to complications if not addressed. The most sustainable way to maintain healthy magnesium levels is through diet. Unlike supplements, food-based magnesium comes in a balanced form that's less likely to cause toxicity. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, legumes, seeds, nuts, and whole grains are excellent sources. They also come packed with fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that promote better absorption and provide broader health benefits. These foods offer a protective, self-regulating delivery system your body can manage far more effectively than isolated supplements. In summary, magnesium is essential but not universally safe to supplement daily, especially in the context of aging. The body's needs are dynamic and individualized, and supplementation should reflect that complexity. Rather than defaulting to daily pills, approach magnesium with precision, respect, and professional oversight. This mindset doesn't reject supplementation, but elevates it to its rightful place: a tool, not a crutch. Magnesium is a mineral that participates in more than 300 enzymatic processes in the human body. It influences muscle contractions, nerve impulses, glucose metabolism, bone strength, and even the rhythm of your heartbeat. For seniors, these processes are critical to preserving independence and quality of life. It's no wonder magnesium supplements are widely recommended, but there's a blind spot in this discussion. Not everyone needs magnesium supplements. Daily use, especially without guidance, can lead to unexpected problems. The aging body doesn't process minerals like it did decades earlier. Your kidneys, which play a major role in regulating excess magnesium, may not clear it as efficiently. This could result in gradual buildup in the bloodstream. While the body is usually good at maintaining balance, aging, chronic disease, and polypharmacy can disrupt this system. The issue here is not whether magnesium is good or bad. It's whether your body actually needs it and whether it can handle it every single day. People often take magnesium hoping for relief from leg cramps, muscle tightness, constipation, sleep difficulties, or even anxiety. And it's true, magnesium can help in those areas. But what's often missed is that these symptoms might be linked to other issues. Cramps could be due to dehydration or sodium deficiency. Insomnia might be driven by poor sleep habits, high cortisol, or even medication. When you self-prescribe magnesium for these symptoms without confirming an actual deficiency, you risk creating new imbalances in the body. Excess magnesium may interfere with calcium absorption, which is crucial for bone density and neuromuscular function. Seniors who are already dealing with osteopenia or osteoporosis could worsen their condition by unknowingly disrupting calcium balance. Similarly, magnesium can affect how other nutrients and drugs are absorbed or metabolized. For example, too much magnesium might reduce the efficacy of certain antibiotics or increase the potency of heart medications, leading to adverse effects. These are not hypothetical risks. They are clinically documented concerns, especially for older adults whose metabolic processes are slower and more fragile. Even the form of magnesium you take matters. Magnesium oxide, one of the most common forms in supplements, is poorly absorbed and often causes digestive distress. Magnesium citrate, while better absorbed, can lead to loose stools and electrolyte loss. Magnesium glycinate is gentler on the gut and more calming for the nervous system, but it's also more expensive and not always necessary. What does this mean for you as a senior? It means the type, timing, and dosage of magnesium should be chosen carefully, not based on a YouTube video or casual recommendation, but in collaboration with a health provider who understands your health history. It's also important to remember that blood tests for magnesium don't always tell the whole story. Most magnesium in your body is stored in bones and soft tissues, not in the blood. So normal serum levels can be misleading. That's why a doctor will often assess symptoms, diet, kidney function, and other lab markers before making a recommendation. When done right, magnesium supplementation can improve sleep quality. So what's the alternative to taking magnesium every day? Start by tracking your diet and symptoms. Are you eating foods that naturally contain magnesium? Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, avocados, and whole grains are excellent sources. If you're eating these regularly and feeling well, you might not need a supplement at all, but if you are experiencing symptoms that could be related to a deficiency, don't guess. Test. Work with your doctor to run the appropriate labs, evaluate your medications, and assess your kidney health. From there, a personalized plan can be created, which might include occasional magnesium supplementation, dietary adjustments, or lifestyle changes. This approach is more effective, more sustainable, and far safer than daily supplementation without oversight. Magnesium is often marketed as an essential daily supplement, especially for seniors looking to maintain energy, mobility, and cognitive clarity. There's no denying that magnesium is essential. It helps regulate nerve function, supports heart rhythm, controls blood sugar, and strengthens bones. As we age, the risk of magnesium deficiency does increase due to factors like reduced dietary intake, changes in gut absorption, or medication side effects. However, what's rarely emphasized is that not every senior automatically needs to take magnesium every day. In fact, taking it without knowing your specific needs can lead to unintended consequences. The aging body doesn't process nutrients as efficiently. Your kidneys may struggle to excrete excess minerals, which makes seniors more vulnerable to magnesium buildup. This can lead to a condition called hypermagnesemia, too much magnesium in the bloodstream, which might start subtly with fatigue or muscle weakness, but can progress to more serious symptoms like low blood pressure, confusion, or even cardiac irregularities. This brings us to a crucial reality. Most symptoms seniors attribute to magnesium deficiency, like cramps, insomnia, irritability, or constipation, can have other underlying causes. Taking magnesium may ease those symptoms temporarily, but if it masks a deeper issue, it can delay proper treatment. For instance, cramps might stem from dehydration, low potassium, or circulatory problems. Constipation may relate to reduced fiber intake or side effects from certain medications. Sleep issues could arise from erratic circadian rhythms or emotional stress. Magnesium isn't a cure-all, and self-diagnosing can sometimes make the problem worse. In addition, certain health conditions common among older adults, like kidney disease, heart arrhythmias, or gastrointestinal disorders, make magnesium supplementation riskier. If you don't know your kidney filtration rate or your baseline magnesium levels, taking supplements daily can add stress to an already compromised system. The irony is that something intended to support your health could end up creating a new health challenge if not managed properly. Another layer of complexity comes from drug interactions. Seniors often take multiple medications, and magnesium doesn't always play nicely with them. For example, magnesium can interfere with the absorption of antibiotics like tetracycline and ciprofloxacin, reducing their effectiveness. It can also amplify the effects of blood pressure medications, leading to dangerously low readings. Proton pump inhibitors used for acid reflux can lower magnesium levels over time, making you think you need a supplement when the real solution might be adjusting the medication. In short, without a full understanding of your health profile, taking magnesium is not a neutral choice. It's a variable that can either help or hinder your progress. That's why informed supplementation should be based on lab work and clinical evaluation, not on blanket health claims or online advice. Now let's also talk about the forms of magnesium, because not all supplements are created equal. Magnesium citrate is commonly used for its laxative effect and is often chosen for constipation relief. Magnesium oxide, while widely available and inexpensive, is poorly absorbed and can cause digestive upset. Magnesium glycinate is gentler and better absorbed, but may not be necessary for everyone. Seniors with sensitive digestion or compromised absorption pathways need to be especially careful with formulation. Moreover, dosage matters. A typical supplement contains between 200 and 400 milligrams, but depending on your diet and other sources, this could be more than you need. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out easily, magnesium builds up in the bloodstream, especially in those with impaired kidney function. And this is why a food-first approach is often the safer and more effective route. The natural sources of magnesium include leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains. These foods don't just deliver magnesium. They come with fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, and healthy fats that support a range of bodily functions. The magnesium from food is absorbed more gradually in a form that your body knows how to regulate. Seniors who consume a varied, nutrient-rich diet may already be getting enough magnesium without realizing it. So before adding another pill to your routine, ask yourself, am I truly deficient? Has my doctor evaluated my magnesium status? Are my symptoms being properly investigated? Supplements should be a response to data, not a reaction to fear or marketing. Aging well means making thoughtful, informed decisions. When it comes to magnesium, don't guess, assess. Magnesium plays a foundational role in maintaining health, especially as we age. It's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, supporting everything from muscle and nerve function to blood pressure regulation, bone development, glucose metabolism, and immune system strength. Naturally, this makes it one of the most recommended supplements for seniors, but there's a crucial misunderstanding in how it's being used. Many seniors are taking magnesium daily without proper knowledge of whether it's needed, how much is appropriate, or how it might interact with their medications and conditions. This better safe than sorry approach might seem harmless, but when it comes to magnesium, that assumption can backfire. What the body needs in youth doesn't always apply in later decades. And that's where the distinction becomes essential. The body's ability to process and regulate magnesium changes with age, and this affects how safely you can use it. One key issue is kidney function. As we age, kidney filtration efficiency naturally declines even without overt kidney disease. This matters because the kidneys are the main organs responsible for filtering out excess magnesium. In younger people, any surplus magnesium from diet or supplements is typically flushed out in urine. But in seniors with reduced kidney function, magnesium can accumulate gradually, increasing blood levels beyond what's safe. The early symptoms of this buildup, like fatigue, dizziness, or mild confusion, are often dismissed as aging. But if unnoticed and uncorrected, this can evolve into hypermagnesemia, a condition that affects nerve transmission, slows the heart, lowers blood pressure, and can become life-threatening in extreme cases. This highlights why daily supplementation without regular lab monitoring can be dangerous, even for something as seemingly benign as magnesium. Equally important is how magnesium interacts with other nutrients and medications. Magnesium competes with calcium and potassium in many cellular processes. A high intake of magnesium can displace calcium, which is a vital mineral for seniors prone to bone thinning and fractures. It can also affect potassium balance, which plays a critical role in heart rhythm and muscle function. Many seniors are on diuretics, beta blockers, blood thinners, or antacids, all of which can either deplete or alter the absorption of magnesium. Some medications, like proton pump inhibitors, reduce magnesium levels over time, while others, such as certain antibiotics, have their efficacy reduced when taken alongside magnesium if you are taking medications or have a heart or kidney condition. This mineral, though essential, can become a silent disruptor if not monitored correctly. These interactions aren't theoretical. They are real, documented, and sometimes dangerous, which is why blindly following generic supplement advice can put your health at risk. The form of magnesium also matters more than people think. Different types of magnesium have different absorption rates and effects. Magnesium oxide is the least absorbed and often leads to gastrointestinal distress. Magnesium citrate is more bioavailable but has a laxative effect that may cause dehydration or electrolyte imbalance in seniors. Magnesium glycinate is usually gentler and used for its calming properties, but it may not be necessary unless there's a true deficiency. Even when a supplement is helpful, if it's taken in the wrong form or at the wrong dose, it can lead to more harm than good. And supplements don't act in isolation. They influence your body's chemistry, hormone balance, and medication metabolism. This is why personal health status, lab data, and professional guidance are critical before making any long-term supplementation decision. Thankfully, magnesium deficiency is often preventable through diet. Magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, pumpkin seeds, avocados, legumes, and whole grains offer a safer, more bioavailable source of this mineral. These foods contain synergistic nutrients such as fiber, B vitamins, and healthy fats that enhance absorption and support overall health. Unlike supplements, food sources rarely lead to toxicity because the body regulates their uptake naturally. Seniors who eat a very nutrient-dense diet may already be covering their magnesium needs without realizing it. Moreover, food-based magnesium doesn't interfere with medications the same way concentrated supplements do. Instead of relying on pills as a default, it's wiser to let whole foods serve as the foundation, with supplements used only when necessary and guided by testing. Ultimately, the decision to take magnesium daily shouldn't be based on general health trends or marketing. It should be rooted in data, your lab results, medical history, current symptoms, and lifestyle. A simple serum magnesium test may not be enough on its own, as most of the body's magnesium is stored in bone and tissues. A complete assessment includes kidney function, medications, digestive health, and dietary intake. This gives your healthcare provider the insight needed to determine if supplementation is safe and beneficial. Aging isn't just about managing decline, it's about optimizing health. But optimization doesn't come from guesswork, it comes from strategy. If you're going to supplement magnesium or any nutrient, do it with clarity, caution, and clinical support. That's how you stay empowered and protect your longevity.